welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury makeup. And today I need your help because I have a ton of items. I have a huge haul to share with you today, and I need your help prioritizing what to show first. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, first I want to mention I picked up 2 of the new Gucci eyeliners and 2 of the new Gucci lip liners, and I have already started playing with these, and I have a little preview coming up in a video. This is the shade Celeste. This is an eyeliner, and I thought this was going to be like, this is like the most unique shade out of their range. That's Celeste. So I had to try this one. So I do have a video coming up with a preview of this. I also picked up Amethyst, which, if you watch my channel much, purple is my favorite color, purple and green. So had to get the Amethyst. And then for lip liners, these ones are actually a pencil. Just a note, they don't come with a sharpener. This is number 6 Bordeaux, which is kind of like a burgundy shade. I believe it's number 6. Yes, number 6. And then I also picked up number 1 Nude. So I have those. Again, I have previewed them in another video, some of them, but I will do something more formal with those as well after I've used them enough to, kind of gather my thoughts. Let's move on to another purchase I recently ordered. Now I don't have all of the pieces yet. I still have one more item coming. So this, I can do relatively soon. I think the last piece is supposed to come later today. So I picked up a lot of La Bouche Rouge. So I picked up one of the lipsticks. So I have the actual lipstick shade here, and I picked up Nude Pink. And then I also picked up 4 of the brushes. So the 2 like eye brushes and the powder brush and the, what they call the highlighter brush. Then I also grabbed, let's see here, this is one of the eyeshadow palettes. This is in the shade Aral, A-R-A-L. And I have it in the red case. To say these were smaller than I thought. Like, it's about the same height that I was expecting, but for some reason I thought it was more rectangular. So they are very, very weighty, by the way. So this is Aral. It's all these beautiful purple shades. And I grabbed this, the bronzer, and the highlighter, and then a lipstick. My case is still on the way because the case I wanted, they were out of stock. But Selfridges had 2 left, so I ordered one from Selfridges. All right, so I'm not going to take all of those out, but that will definitely be a full dedicated review. Just let me know how soon to put that on the priority list. Moving on to some Surratt items. First, I'd like to ask you guys a question. Surratt just recently came out with a new eyeshadow quad. I think it's called Dune Rose, and I have 3 of the 4 shades. Are you interested in a video on that quad? Because I can pick up the 4th shade. I just wanted to know if it was something, I should, put in the effort for or not. But these are 3 of the shades in the Dune Rose. So we've got Soie, Ma Pêche, and Zybeline. So again, the only shade I'm missing is Ingenue, which I'll be getting at some point eventually, but please let me know if that's something that you guys would like me to prioritize. Moving on, these were sitting behind me, so you may have noticed them before, but I picked up the Hachiko brush, and this was limited edition. It was released, I don't know, a few months ago, and then I didn't get it then, but then I just picked it up on the re-release. It's way softer than I thought. I haven't used it yet. I've been afraid to use it. And then I also picked up the P8, and I got my name engraved on that one. So yeah, these I haven't used yet. I have washed them, but it's like, sometimes when you have something new like that, you just want to look at it. So that's kind of the state I'm in with these 2 brushes right now. Now back to Surratt. I have a few things from Surratt that I picked up recently. So these are some I got directly from Surratt, some I got from this latest like Bergdorf's sale that they had like it was essentially 25% off. So I picked up 2 new blushes, Parfait and Sapompanay. And then I also picked up the eyeshadow in shade Nude, which I haven't tried before. And as you may know, I did pick up the new Surratt brow tint. I got this one from Surratt. So I've been using the clear pomade for quite a while, and now they have 3 shades that have come out. So there's a light brown, a darker brown, and I don't know, maybe a black. I don't remember what the 3rd shade is. I'm guessing it's a black shade or something. I also picked up, this is an item that someone requested. This is one of the smoky eye batons from Surratt, and I haven't used this yet, but I did open this up. I guess I got it stuck in the box when I put it back in. But this is what it looks like. And you have like a pencil on one side. And I saw some people complaining that theirs didn't come with a smudger online. So I was looking at this, and if you look at the pictures on Surratt's website, they actually show it open on both sides. There's a little line like right here. And I kept trying to pull, but it's actually a screw. So there is a smudger on the other side. And yeah, I'm very excited to play with this. So the side with the pencil is a pull cap, but the side with the smudger is a twist. That's why, you know, you don't really see as much of a difference here as you do with the pull cap. In addition, I picked up the 4 Surratt shadows for the Beyond Beige palette. I'll put a picture of the palette up here. I'm not going to open these right now, but we've got the shades Greige, or Griege actually, Satin Saumon, and Cuivre and Brun Noir. So again, that's another palette option. So let me know where to prioritize that one. That palette's been out for quite a while, and then it went out of stock for a long time. It's back. It is technically a permanent palette, I believe, and it's very popular and it just sells out a lot, but it's supposed to be like the perfect neutral palette. Next, I've had these things sitting for quite a while. I actually ordered them at the end of 2020, but they took a while to come to me, and I haven't had the chance to actually take them out yet, but actually it's kind of stuck in the bag right now. But I picked up one of the Salt New York palettes, and I got the, this is tough, yeah. Oh. So, wow, this is heavier than I expected, but I got the large one in the gray, and you've got a magnetic palette here. There's a mirror on this side. And, you know, even if you don't want to use their products, this is a really, really nice palette regardless. So you could always just buy the palette. I haven't tried any Salt products yet, but I had a really hard time narrowing them down. So Kelly from Keep Beauty Real, you know, I ordered them after she posted her video on Salt, and she kind of helped me, you know, kind of narrow down some of the ones to pick up. So I ended up with the Sculpt and Bronze Cream Tint Pro Contour and the Radiant Cream Tint Pro in shade Pearl. So that's a highlight. And then the Radiant Cream Tint Pro in Beige, the Lip and Cheek Cream Tint in Raspberry. And I would open these right now, but they say to not open them unless you're ready to start using them, you know, to kind of keep them sealed. So, and then I also ordered the Peach, the Bronze in Light Medium, the Lip and Cheek in Blackberry, and also in Rose. So I have quite a few color options. Can't wait to play with these. I've been really eager. I just, you know, there are so many items right now that are coming in. So I've been trying to prioritize with the new releases. Moving on, from the Neiman Marcus sale, I actually ordered a bunch of Chanel items. So when the Neiman Marcus and Bergdorf's and the different department stores, when they do those codes like $50 off 200 and so forth, they don't usually work on Chanel, but they did. So I ordered some from Bergdorf's, I ordered some from Neiman's, and you know, this was over a period of time actually. So I picked up a few of the eyeshadow quads that I didn't have. So I have Blurry Gray, and I know a lot of people have been asking me to showcase that one, so it's been on my list for quite a while. Ooh, there we go. Dropping things. Here's Blurry Gray. I have Tissé Vendome. Been really wanting to try this one. You can see that pretty peach shade here. Just to swatch these ones real quickly. I wasn't sure if this color combination would work well on me or if it would be a little bit too peachy and too warm, but I really wanted to try it. Couldn't beat the price of getting essentially 25% off. I picked up Tissé Essentiel. I thought this would just be a great like neutral palette and something I'd use a lot during like spring and summer when, you know, when I'm not really feeling like putting on makeup. I thought this would be a great option. So here are these four. So that's Tissé Essentiel. Definitely curious to play with that one. I wanted to see like completely different color story from the Clair Obscur, but they both kind of give me that same like neutral, you know, kind of sophisticated look. So I wanted to see how they compared in that sense. And then I also picked up Tissé Rivoli, and I'm pretty sure I had this palette once upon a time, so it's not actually new to me, but I wanted to pick this one up again because I don't have it any longer. It was definitely one that I always liked. I also picked up some things from Chanel in the Rouge Noir color. So I thought we could do a Chanel Rouge Noir video at some point. I picked up the Cielo Ombre Contour in it, the liquid liner, the nail polish. So I thought, you know, it would be kind of like an interesting theme. So there's that. And then I actually picked these up a while ago. These are two of the blushes. I have Malice and Jersey. So that's the Chanel I got from some department stores. I have more Chanel. Stay tuned, we'll get to that. It's kind of on the bottom of the pile. I also have some items, some random items here. This is another Dior lip pencil. I have shade 593 in Brown Fig. I have the Sisley Blur Expert Powder. And this is one I've been very curious about trying for, you know, since it came out, but it looks dark. So I've been really using the Chantecaille Perfect Blur more so like under foundation, like is what's recommended with this powder. And I've been enjoying it that way. So I thought I would pick this one up and try it that way as well. And hopefully like if it's underneath foundation, the color is not going to make so much of a difference. So I thought we could compare those, and I'm hoping I really, really love this because it sounds like once people figure out how to use this powder, most people really love it. So there are definitely some people who, it seems more like one of those love it or hate it type products. So we'll see. I've got this one now too. And then from Koh Gen Do, I picked up the Pink Brightening Moisture Powder, which is this one. It's actually way more white than pink. It's white with a little bit of pink swirl in it. And, you know, it kind of looks like a bright white vanilla ice cream with just the tiniest bit of a soft, it actually looks more like raspberry than strawberry, but just a really soft, light pink swirl in there. And I have been testing that out, so I will have that one coming up soon. I also picked up the Sheer Moist Powder, which I've wanted for quite a long time. It was limited edition. I don't think it's limited edition anymore, but it was one of those powders that always sold out quickly. In addition, I have another brush here. This is the Finishing Buki from Stilazzi, and Jaybirdwalking had posted a code for these, and they were like basically marked down to like, I think like $9. So I picked up one for me. I picked up one for each of my daughters for their birthdays because they've been really begging for nice makeup brushes, which, you know, I'm not gonna spend a ton of money on their brushes at their age, but I thought that would be a nice birthday gift for them. And then I picked up a few extras for some giveaways in the future. And then I have a couple of Sephora hauls. So I wanted to participate in the Sephora spend $50 now, get 15% off later. So in my $50, I picked up the Say Dew Balm, and I picked up the lavender. It's called Say Lilac. And this is the Bouncy Marshmallow Highlighter. So very curious about this. Let's pull this one out. Oh, it's sealed. So, all right. So just take out a tiny bit of this to see what it looks like. It's not really coming out of the tube. Look, I can see it in here. I'm squeezing really hard, actually. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm like squeezing really, really hard. This is all like it's not coming. If anybody has used this before, please let me know if this is normal or if I should contact the company, because this seems kind of ridiculous to have to squeeze that hard and just get that tiny, tiny bit. All right, so this is the lilac highlighter. It's actually, I don't know. I don't know if this is defective or not. It feels a little bit thicker, almost like it's starting to dry out. I don't know, but it was sealed, so maybe that's how it's supposed to be. It's very sheer. I don't really see much lilac in it. I don't know. I'll have to play with this. In that order, I also picked up two Tower 28 blushes, and these are two of the new shades. I don't have any of their shades yet. They've been something that I've always meant to purchase, but then I never do. Every time, like, I plan on getting one from the VIB sale and so forth, they always go out of stock in the colors I want before I place my order. So I picked up After Hours and Rush Hour, so I thought we could try those out. And then in my 15% off from Sephora, I mentioned I was going to get some lavender powders. So this is the Fenty one, and I knew technically that it was a large powder, but this is bigger than I thought. I mean, look at the size of this box. So we'll see. This is the lavender one. And then by contrast, I picked up the Givenchy Prisma Libra. This is the travel size one, which is all purple. So in the original shade, the mousseline, the pastel mousseline shade, that's one of my favorites. I always use the purple powder on its own, specifically under the eye. So I thought this would be a good addition. I have to say it is small, and I read reviews, saying that it was really, really small, and it's meant to be a travel size. So I get that, but I'm very curious to see how it compares to the Fenty, because this huge thing was, I think, like $30, and this little thing was $40. So I think this was 32, but 32 and 40, the Fenty is 28 grams or 0.98 ounces, whereas we have 8.5 grams here. So big difference. I also picked up a couple of more items from Say. So I heard good things about the lip gloss. So I got the lip gloss in the shade Fresh. See what this one looks like. All right, so this is it. We'll try that one on sometime. And then I also got the Glowy Super Gel Illuminating Fluid in Star Glow. So we'll see how this is too. In addition, I picked up the Givenchy Prisma Libra Foundation. I really wasn't sure what shade to get. I went through tons and tons of the different, shade matchers and so forth. So we'll see how this one works. This is N95, and they have so many colors that, they have a pretty large range, especially like in my area of the range, my portion. So it was hard to decide which one would work best. And every time I did like a different, foundation didn't have this one uploaded yet, so I couldn't use that. So I had to use the Sephora one, and every time I put in a different foundation that I use, I got a different color match. So I went with this one just because I figured, well, it looked close, so hopefully it's good. And then another Sephora purchase, and this is thanks to Jennifer at Just Glow Firefly. She's been raving about this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Styling Wax, and I've never used a product like this. Well, it's not true. I did try like a wax type product probably like 10, 15 years ago, but it wasn't my thing. So I figured I'd try this, especially since I was able to get it 15% off. So got this also. And then if you have been watching the community tab and my Instagram, you'll know that Visage USA, where I buy a lot of my makeup brushes, they have put out a notice, essentially, they put out an email saying that the Hamari series from Chikuhodo, or the Kazan brushes, they are out of supplies, so they won't be making them for quite a while, or possibly ever. So the series may be discontinued, and they said they do have a restock coming up, and they were kind of taking like orders for that, and whatever was left in stock on the brush, and no coupons or discounts would be applied. So I was missing 2 brushes from the series, so I ordered those, and you know probably that one of my favorite brushes of all, but definitely my favorite blush brush is the KZ4 from this line. So I ordered a second one of those. And when I placed my order a couple days later, Visage emailed me and they're like, okay, do you want to keep your order because Chikuhodo is saying that these brushes won't be ready until May or June to ship. So I decided to keep it. And then thankfully, just at the beginning of this week, I actually got an email from them saying, oh, your order is on the way. So I ordered these two first, and then I ordered the KZ4 later. That one I believe is still scheduled for May, June. But the 2 and the 3 I got now. All right, so here they are. And this one here is the KZ03. This is a cheek and highlighter brush. And then this one here is the 2. You can see it's like a larger blush brush. Let me compare this to the 4 and 5. So here is the 4 and the 5. And I had picked these ones up first originally just because, well, they're smaller and they were a better price. So it was like, you know, easier to test out the series that way. But they did look like very similar shapes. So here is the 3 and the 5. So online they looked like they were kind of the same shape, just different heights, but you can see here that they're actually different. The KZ05 is a lot more rounded, obviously much shorter. It's basically like the 3, but kind of like curved here instead. And there's a much more gradual curve. In addition, the KZ05 has an oval ferrule, whereas the KZ03 has a round ferrule. So that's gonna make a difference also. And then here is the 2 and the 4, and they do have a similar shape to each other. The 4 is a round ferrule though, and the 2 is actually gonna be oval, but they do have a fairly similar shape. Obviously the height is different, and because this one's an oval ferrule, it's going to be a little bit more paddle-like. So those will be coming sometime to one of the A Bunch of Brushes videos on Sundays, so stay tuned for those. And then next up, we have my Chanel box. And I wanna say thank you so much to Jelissa because she got this to me in less than 24 hours. I ordered this as soon as the Rouge Cocoa Bloom lipsticks were released, and she was so kind. She actually FaceTimed with me for a very long time and tried on like a ton of colors on her lips and everything for me so I could see everything and kind of decide what colors I wanted. But I wanted to show you how she always packages everything. So when you order from Jelissa, you always get a box like this, which, you know, is true of Chanel in general, but inside I get her card. And I do have all of her information down below in the description box. So feel free to contact her for any help with a purchase, and then the receipts on the other side. Then I also got a thank you card, and I'm not going to read this on here, but she wrote me a very, very nice card, basically, you know, saying thank you for the purchase. And you know, she is so fantastic. So if you haven't contacted her for anything before, she is definitely a great, great resource. I mean, she's always willing to swatch. She works a lot, so she's fairly available, and you know, she's just impeccable service. So then we got it wrapped with a ribbon, and I ordered a bunch of stuff, so it's kind of heavy. All right, so inside here, this is my box. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, so I have a few samples here. This is the Gabrielle Essence and the Eau de Parfum from Chanel No. 5. I have a ton of samples here, actually. So we have Coromandel. I've never even heard of that one. There's Beige. These are all Eau de Parfums and more. 1957. Gardenia. I've been really wanting to try this one. I love the smell of gardenias like in a garden. So I actually tried to grow them here, but unfortunately they just don't really do so well here. And then we have Sycamore and the Coco Mademoiselle. Oh my goodness, I have a nice little tower sitting here now. L'Eau de Chanel. Oh, and this one, you know, is for men. So I'll share this one with my husband. Try it on myself though first. I don't see anything wrong with wearing men's scents either. Ooh, I've never tried this. Les Exclusives de Chanel. This is the body cream. So yeah, definitely can't wait to try this one. All right, so I think that's it for samples. And now let's move on to the items I purchased. So everything is securely wrapped and taped. And I picked up 3 blushes. Now, I just wanted to let you know that Chanel has changed their blushes a little bit. So they're not technically reformulated. From my understanding, the formula itself is the same. I have the other blushes I just showed you that are definitely the older formula. So I'll compare the ingredients when I do a video on these. But what they've done now is they wanted to make their blushes a little bit more pigmented, or rather a little bit easier to get the pigment up. So they're not baked any longer, and they should be a little bit easier to use for people with deeper complexions and just easier to get the pigment up in general. So I wanted to try that, and they did release 2 new shades. I don't remember what the other one was. It was like a brown shade, but I picked up Rose Rubin. Let me just show you this one. And then all of the blushes now have this new non-baked formula. So all of the original shades. So I picked up Fuchsia Rose and Rose Petal, which, you know, are not technically new shades. So this is the blush. Just take that off. So here's Rose Rubin. Okay, so let's swatch that right here. Looks really pretty. I have to say though that it doesn't seem, you know, more like powdery in the pan or anything. So I'm curious to see how this will go. I mean, I'm excited. So it feels very silky to touch with my finger. It doesn't feel like incredibly powdery or anything. And you can see that there's no kick up. So we'll see how these perform on the skin. And then I also picked this up. This is a subscriber recommendation. This is the Les Beiges powder in number 50. And this is for use as a bronzer. So comes in this compact. We've got the half moon brush with the tray, and then here's the powder. So I definitely can't wait to try this out and see how this works on my skin. But apparently this is a very popular product to use for bronzer in this particular shade for my skin tone. So definitely excited to try this out. And then, of course, the pièce de résistance. We've got the Rouge Coco Blooms. Now, it's probably not a surprise that I bought a little bit more than I expected. We know how much I love lip products. So I picked up 5. I meant to pick up 2 or 3, but it was hard. Now, they are permanent, so I did stop myself at 5, but there are another 1 or 2 that I really want to get at some point. But, you know, with the new Guerlain Bloom lipsticks coming out next month and so forth, this is definitely plenty. I have plenty of lip products to play with. So I'm just going to do some quick arm swatches of these shades for you. Now, Erin Nicole already has a video up on these. And as I mentioned, Jelissa was kind enough to try all of these on FaceTime with me. So I can tell already that these are going to be a super pigmented product. Super pigmented, high shine. You can see here that they go on very deeply. I mean, this is a light shade, but I mean like very pigmented with just one swatch. And this is the area that's kind of built up. Now this shade here is number 110 Chance. I have to say, going on, it just feels smooth and silky. It definitely has, you know how like the Rouge Coco Flash, that like shine portion of it, you know, has like that slippery feel. That's what it feels like going on my arm. I have not tried these on my lips yet. Next, we have 116, and this one is Dream. This was the shade that I saw online originally and knew that I had to have this one. So you can see it's a little bit pinkier than Chance, but they're both going to be beautiful for like light everyday looks. Now, let me warn you, with these lipsticks, these are not going to be sheer on your lips. So even though you're using a light color, you don't have that sheer quality there. So just something to note. Now this is 118 Radiant. Look at that. So pretty. Next, we have 122 Zenith. And I thought this one would be great for summer. You can see it's kind of like a corally shade. It looks really pretty. And the last one is 132 Vivacity. And I want to see how this one compares with the new Hermes also. So this is the Hermes in 52 Coral Aqua. This is definitely gonna be more orange, but I wanted to see how, yeah, I wasn't sure if they were a little similar, but no, this one's actually more like a deeper, brighter version of the Zenith shade there. So yeah, I can't wait to try these on. I'm actually gonna take this off. I'll just try to put one of these on real quickly. All right, so I'm gonna try on Radiant number 118. And of course I'll do up close when I do the video on these, but they are so smooth on the lips. Got a little bit of a slippery feeling to them, but very creamy. And yeah, they're very, very comfortable. So this shade definitely has kind of that rosewood look. And yeah, so I'll definitely be wearing these and kind of test out the wear time and so forth on these. And they'll probably be my first priority, honestly, is to do the lip videos. But please be sure to let me know what you guys would like to see first from all of this. Obviously, I have a ton of items. I'm still going through all of the Suku quads. I have the 04 on my eyes right now that I'm working on. So a video for that one will be upcoming as well. But please definitely let me know what you would like to see first. Okay, it's the end of the day now, but I just had to jump in here and I received a couple packages today. So I just wanted to include them in the haul. So first, I got my case for the La Bouche Rouge lipstick. So this is from Selfridges that I ordered it. And I ordered the nude pink lipstick, so I wanted a pink case to go with it. So here's the case I ordered. It's the fuchsia pink. This is what the case looks like inside. So you've got, this is for the bottom. You can see where the refill will grip in, and it's a magnet. You can see you can kind of get it off center or put it on. So picked up this, and it comes with like a little canvas bag to put the case in as well. And then I also got my Dior order, and I ordered some of the new single eyeshadows when they were first released, but they canceled my order. So I ordered again last night, and this just arrived. So I was really, really surprised because I didn't expect it till next week, but they must have overnighted it or something, and they included some extra samples because of whatever issue happened with my original order. So I did already open it just because I wanted to make sure that my original order was truly canceled and I didn't get like a duplicate, because I was really surprised this arrived. So this is what I have, and let's see what I have in here. So this, okay, so it's a black pouch. I have a red one that's similar, so this will be nice. My daughters actually usually use these pouches for like carrying their pencils and so forth, so it's always a nice thing to do with them. Okay, I have lipstick samples that I requested as my free sample in the sample pouch. I believe these are more lipstick samples. And then I have a ton of little perfume samples here. So there's Balade Sauvage, Bois d'Argent, Spice Blend, and Rose Kabuki. Ooh, this one sounds good. I love rose scents, but you know, I'm not familiar with Dior scents. I've never tried one. And then these are the two eyeshadow singles that I picked up. So I have number 481 Poncho. And, you know, I wasn't sure if this would be similar to the Quint by the same name. I don't have the Quint, so I felt safe in getting this. And here is the single. So if you're familiar with the old singles, I actually just recently ordered one of those so I could compare them, but those are going to be like rectangular, whereas these are square. Let's see what this looks like. Oh my goodness, it is so silky. Just gonna put this one on my hand. Beautiful. So this is like a warm brown. There's like a touch of gold to it. And you can see it's got a beautiful satin sheen. So these single eyeshadows, they are coming, I think they're coming out with more colors as well, but they released the first 5 shades that are available for 72 hours only. And I think there are 3 different formulas. So this one's a satin, and I think, let me see, I know there's a velvet. I believe the red one, the Rouge Trafalgar shade, is the velvet, and there's only one velvet released so far. And then this is a glitter shade. Oh no, it's broken. I will have to contact them about this, but it's not even sitting in the pan, so I'm not going to take this lid off. But this is the gold. So very pretty looking though. So I will contact them over that. But very excited. I'm actually interested in picking up more of these. And I do think other colors are coming because, as Jessica Firefly pointed out to me, when you go to shades on that listing on Dior's website, it talks about the denim single, which is not released at this time. So I'm sure they will be coming when they fully release these. And I would love to get your opinions. So I'm actually considering picking up more of these. All Feisty is trying to convince me to, well, she's not trying to, you know, she's being helpful, but she is convincing me to try the Dior foundation in another shade. I know the lightest shade is going to be too yellow for me, so possibly the 1.5N. So we'll see. I might pick that up. And then that is everything. I do have, oh, I also forgot to mention, I have a bunch of stuff from Jones Road Beauty that I've picked up periodically. I picked up some of the face crayons to try. I wanted to compare them to the Merit Complexion Stick. And let me show you those. So I picked up 3 of them, and they're smaller than I thought. So I picked up shades 1, 2, and 3. And I mean, this is how big it is. Looks reasonable for the box size, right? This is next to a Chanel Glossomer, and this is next to one of the new Chanel Cocoa Blooms, which, you know, is the typical size of like a Rouge Coco Flash or something. Now, let me show you how small it is when I take the cap off. Now, I'm glad that the cap doesn't sit all the way down because, you know, you don't want to crush the tip. By the way, these do not come with a sharpener, and when I ordered them, they did not have a sharpener available. I mean, they make one, but it's apparently been back ordered since the launch. So look how short these are. I mean, this is just basically the same size as a lipstick. So I have to say I'm a little disappointed with the size of them, but I haven't tried them out yet. So I wanted to compare these to the Merit Stick, as I mentioned, and the Chantecaille Real Skin Plus Stick. So you can add that to the priority list. I'm not sure where that falls. I also have a ton of other products from them. I picked up the Tawny Balm, the Miracle Balm. I didn't pick up any of the skincare, but I picked up a whole bunch of the eye washes, the liquid ones, and the more of the little Just a Sec eyeshadows. And I have, I think, another liner or 2 as well. So, and another lip gloss. So I've got a ton of stuff to try from them. So let me know what you guys think, what you want to see when, and yeah, I think that's it. So I will see you very soon. And thanks again for tuning in. One last thing that I should mention. On my lips, I have been wear testing the Chanel Cocoa Blooms. And this is shade 116 Dream. And this was applied a few hours ago. This is kind of how it wears down. So, you know, it wears down so you have like full pigment remaining on the lips, but I don't feel any of that, you know, smooth, silky texture anymore. And it did not bleed. I didn't use a lip liner. It went to the outer boundaries of my lip line, but it did not actually bleed into the skin or feather. It actually looks smooth. So I just wanted to note that so far. And I have done like a wear test with eating and so forth and everything. This was actually, I reapplied this after eating, and I've just had like, you know, drinking like water and so forth since then. So I'll have more details on the lipsticks and a dedicated video on those, but just wanted to share since I have that on now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'd love to know what purchases you've made recently, and let me know down below in the comments. I think I'm pretty good on shopping for quite a while. I'm going to take a little break except for a few items like the Burberry eyeshadow palette that I've been waiting for. And I thank you so much to Jocelyn who offered to purchase it for me in Canada. But you know, at this, it's almost here, so I'll just wait. But thank you so much. That was very, very kind of you. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. And again, please help me out and let me know what you want to see first. I will see you very soon. Have a great day. Stay safe and healthy.